Welcome to Lisa Lives. I'm a bit flat, it's really hot. I'm sweating, I'm wearing pink. The world's gone to pot. I'm wearing pink. I don't wear pink. I thought I'd show you. This is actually a review for a movie, but before I start, just so that there's something positive in this vlog of some description. Look at my skull. This is just a little glass skull that I had, like a little decanter. It's like a rip-off of Crystal Skull vodka, of which this is the, it's not empty yet, is the correct one. That's like the official Crystal Skull vodka, like the Dan Aykroyd one. Yep, so this is a little rip-off one, but my roses, all the petals fell off my roses. So I took all the petals off, filled my skull, and I think it's so cute. And it's, Jesus Christ, it smells divine. Oh, you can't smell that. Why did that just go pff? Does this give off oxygen or something? That was weird. Right, so I've decided so as to try and shorten my weekly catch-up. So what I'm going to do is I'll try and do a few reviews, short reviews a week for movies. The first one, so that I don't have to go into loads of detail at the end of the week and just do a quick roundup. The first one I feel obliged to review is called I Feel Pretty. Right, I've seen most men have switched off already, I don't blame you. I saw this reviewed on someone else's site and I thought, surely, no, that can't be the premise, that can't be what they're doing, that can't be the message. So I had to see for myself, and I did, and it was worse than I thought it was. Right, for anyone who likes some details, this was directed by Abby Cohn and Mark Silverstein. I've written this down because I don't particularly want to retain any information from this movie, it was that bad. So it stars Amy Schumer. I'm not a big fan of Amy Schumer, I don't really have an opinion either way. She was in that one with Goldie Hawn, wasn't she, where she played her daughter and they get kidnapped. Was it called Kidnapped? I can't remember. So those two directors, just to give you an idea, they did Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore, which I actually really like, and How to Be Single and He's Just Not That Into You. I didn't mind He's Just Not That Into You. I liked Never Been Kissed. I haven't seen the other one. Right, so this movie stars Amy Schumer. Before I start to tell you what this movie is about, Amy Schumer is a US size 6, a US size 6, a UK size 10. I don't know how your sizes work in America, but in the UK a size 10 is slim, is like, Bo Derek was a size 10 in that movie called, I think it was called 10, where she's running up the beach looking really sexy. I mean, Marilyn Monroe was a size 14/16. This woman is a size 10, UK size 10. The movie follows Amy Schumer goes into stores to shop for herself, and she is approached by snotty looking, really attractive, I've just walked off the catwalk models, who say, oh, are you shopping for a friend, for a gift? And she says, no, I'm having a browse for myself. And the girl goes, well, the sizes are quite limited in the stores. You may find your size online if you have a look. And this is how the movie goes on for the first 20 minutes or so. She goes to a spin class and manages to collapse the bike because she is so gargantuan at a US size 6. I'm obviously silently seething because I would make two of this woman. I watched the movie Shallow Hal a few years ago and hated it for the same reasons. This one's worse. So people are looking at her like she's embarrassing. They're looking at her condescendingly when she goes to spin class, which incidentally does happen because when I used to go to the gym, everyone there was really fit and all the blokes were really buff and all the women were really slim, and they looked at you like, I mean, if you go to try and do something about your weight, people look at you like, what are you doing here? Look at the state of you. This is a pet peeve for me, you may be able to tell. So, Amy's character, who's called Renee, goes around being treated like this second-class citizen, massive hulk of a woman who is like, she wears short skirts and stuff, has a lovely figure, has a really nice legs. But because she's got ever so slightly puffy, like a bit of a chubby face, she's just a moose because of this slightly chubby face. If you look at the rest of her, you know. So anyway, she has an accident. When she falls off the spin cycle, she bangs her head. Upon banging her head, she has made a wish the day before that she could be beautiful. That's her wish. I just want to be beautiful. To see what it's like to have a man come up and ask for my number for no other reason other than he thinks I'm beautiful. She thinks that the world will open a lot of doors to her if this is the case. So she falls and bangs her head, and she wakes up. She looks exactly the same, but when she looks in a mirror and when she looks at herself, she thinks that she is a supermodel. She thinks she is gloriously beautiful. And the movie basically follows poking fun at her, acting like some kind of prima donna that's, you know, a guy is talking to her in a laundrette who goes on to be her love interest in this, who I will admit I really like this guy. What was his name? Rory Scovel. He played Ethan. And they're having a conversation in a laundrette, and they have to take the little number so that the next person that's called, it's that sort of thing. And he says to her, "Oh, what's your number?" And she, "Oh, I know what you're doing, you know, there's a very inventive way to ask for my number. Don't feel intimidated, I know I'm really beautiful, blah, blah, blah." So she goes on like this, and people are obviously looking at her in complete derision and condescension. Like, what, you? Have you looked in a mirror? Have you seen yourself? And the movie basically pokes fun at the fact, how could you possibly be happy with yourself? How could you possibly feel you're beautiful? Look at you, you're a mess. She goes for a job for a company she's wanted to work for her entire life. It's like a fashion line. They do cosmetics and beauty and stuff like that. And she wants to be the receptionist, and they look at her like, you honestly think that you could be the face of this company that greets people? And the movie's just like that from start to finish. And they're supposed to, the message is supposed to be, if you believe in yourself and if you believe you're beautiful, you are beautiful. Only if you've got brain damage from a head injury. If people in this world are so naive as to feel that if I get up out of my bed tomorrow morning and I think I'm a catwalk model, that people are going to treat me like I'm a catwalk model, then I need to go fry my head. It is condescending, it's patronising, it's insulting. I'm a big girl. I get self-conscious about it, I'm not going to lie. Do I think I'm hideous? No. Do I think I'm worthy of someone finding me attractive? Yes. But this movie centres around everyone completely demeaning the fact if a girl is large, she's hideously ugly. I can't even. I've just got so many swear words that want to come out. If I was talking to a friend right now, the air would be blue. My friend Kelly, who lives in Nottingham, me and Kelly are a similar size. She wouldn't even watch this when she sort of got wind of what it was about. It's just insulting to the female fucking gene pool. There, I've sworn. Really. I mean, really. If girls growing up in the world aren't insecure enough with everything that we're bombarded with every day of the week, we have to watch a movie that shows us a girl. At least in Shallow Hal, she was really, 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 really big, even though I hated that movie too. But in this movie, she's smaller than a UK or a US average woman. It's ridiculous. I mean, put me in the film, fair enough. You know, you can understand people like saying, oh yeah, she's fat. But this woman is not fat. And there will always be someone larger or the same size as the person they use that is going to, even if they didn't feel beforehand, I'm sure a person that wakes up as a size 10 or 12 in the UK, a 6 or an 8 in the US, I'm sure they're not going to wake up in the morning and think, oh my god, look at the state of me, I'm fat, I can't go into the world like this. But then they watch that crap and they're going to think that there's something wrong with them, and they're walking about with a body that I would kill for. But what does that make women like me feel about ourselves? Are we worthless? Are we hideous? Are we not worthy of love, attraction? Bollocks! It just really pissed me off. And what pissed me off even more, I've sworn now, I'm sorry, but I've sworn. What annoyed me even more is that on IMDb the reviews lighten up people. It's hilarious, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm sure it is hilarious if you're a perfect size 6. Well, in this movie, if you're a size 6, you're fat anyway. But it's not. It's the most banal, one-dimensional, condescending, patronising, insulting. I read a girl's review on this and she just has summed it up 100%. She says someone else had written, great for a girl's night out. And she wrote, great for a girl's night out? Sure, if you hate your friends and your brain. That woman, I am not worthy. That woman has it summed up. If you've got a brain in there that comprehends that just because you're not teeny tiny, that you're not capable of being attractive or confident or happy in yourself. I mean, women like me generally aren't that way. I'm not confident in myself, but movies like this make it worse. It makes it like, oh my god, do we have to be like it reminds me, we have to look like a toothbrush with 2 globes stuck on it. That's the ideal female form now. We all have to look like androgynous boys with massive boobs. That's the ideal figure. And it boils my pee. That's me being as polite as I can. I've ranted for 9 minutes. I didn't mean to do that, but it needed it. It's awful. Girls, don't watch this crap. It really... If you watch this as a female and you enjoy this movie, you just can't have any respect for women of all shapes and sizes in the world if you allow a movie to dictate to you what is ugly and what is attractive. And if you believe the ridiculous banal message that it's trying to impose on you, that if you believe when you get up in the morning that you're beautiful, that makes you beautiful, then you're even stupider than this movie gives you credit for. Yeah, sure, confidence is attractive. I agree with that. And women that are completely nitpicky about their appearance and are always complaining and have no confidence, that's an unattractive feature. Yes, I agree. But to wake up and feel like you're so attractive you think every man that you talk to wants to come on to you, that you, in the UK that means approach you, does not mean come on to you, just in case that's... yeah. And also, it's insulting to really pretty slim girls because it portrays that if you are a really pretty slim girl, that you automatically think the sun shines out your arse and everyone you approach fancies you, and that every door in the world's going to be open to you because of how you look. You treat your friends... She treated her friends hideously when she thought she was attractive. She had no time for them. She was insulting towards them. She gets up on stage at a bikini contest with women that, I mean, like perfect figures, if that's your idea of a perfect figure. And she gets it out and wobbles everything all about, and I think that they have her dressed to make her look fatter than she is, because she's not toned around the middle area, and she's shaking her belly and all this stuff. She would get laughed out of the bar, she would get booed, she would get plastic cups thrown at her, but everyone loves it and everyone's cheering and clapping. In what life does that happen? No. Right, I'm going to stop, because if anyone's watching this still, I'm sure you're female. I hope you identify with this. I hope you agree. If you don't, there's a little button down there called unsubscribe. Hit it, please. Right, I'll leave it there. It's over and out. From a rather flustered, irritated Lisa Lives.